Hello everyone, welcome to Competitive Academia. Here we have taken up again a new subject. We have taken up Shankar IAS and we'll continue the same thing. We have framed up around 50 questions which will form the first part of this series. So let's start with the first question. Environment consists of, the correct answer is option C. It consists of both biotic and abiotic components. All right, we'll explain the biotic and the abiotic in the coming question. See, the next question is the abiotic component does not include. The correct answer is option D. Abiotic components consist of soil, water, air, rainfall, temperature, atmosphere, energy, substratum, that is the soil. It also consists of materials like organic material like carbohydrates, proteins, and inorganic compounds like water, sulfur, nitrates, phosphates, etc. Biological or biotic components consists of all these three: plants, organisms, microorganisms. Basically, it consists of living organisms, all right? Bio means life, biotic. It includes plants, animals, microbes, etc. So you have to be very clear with the biotic and abiotic components. The next question is about photosynthesis, which is the essential element for photosynthesis in plants. Here the correct answer is option D, all of the above. Photosynthesis requires carbon dioxide to prepare its food. The next question is, the organisms that live on the bottom of the water body are called as, they are known as benthic. All right, benthic. So what are Neustans are the unattached organisms which live in the air-water interface. It is the unattached. This word is very important. Air-water interface. Then we have periphytons. Periphytons, they remain attached to the stems and leaves of plants. Then we have planktons. They are kind of algae or protozoans which are found in the water bodies. Basically, they are microorganisms. We have more terms like limnatic. Limnatic means those organisms which receive, or the layer of the ocean which receives sunlight. There are two layers. The sunlight cannot reach at the bottom of the water bodies, any water bodies. So the upper part where sunlight reaches is known as photic zone and the lower part is known as aphotic zone. The photic zone is also known as profundal zone or limnatic zone. The next question is, the weather of a particular place does not depend on. This is a kind of question where you can make educational guess. We can use your common sense like fauna. Fauna means animals. How can the animals, they decide the particular place? The weather and the climate decide what kind of animals are going to occupy that place. Temperature, rain, solar insolation, latitude, altitude, all these are the factors which determine the weather. The next question is, with increasing altitude from the surface of the earth, the temperature will. Here the correct answer is option A, decreases. This is speaking about the surface of the earth. In context to the things which is beyond atmosphere like the troposphere, stratosphere, the things are different. But on the surface of the earth, the temperature, it decreases as we increase from as we increase by the latitudes and altitudes. The next question is the flow of energy is unidirectional. The law of energy states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it gets transformed from one thing to another. So if this is a trophic level, let me draw a diagram. Then the energy will decrease as it passes from here. Here it is occupied by the producers like plants. Say for example, it is occupied by heterotrophs, primary, carnivores, and this one by top carnivores. So as we pass from the bottom to up, the energy decreases by 10%. The next question is, here it is a statement given, increased urbanization has given rise to various environmental problems. The reason is cities are the center of attraction of population due to the basic facilities. This is a proper UPSC question, and now all the states, the PCS is moving more towards making questions which are related to or which are identical to the questions which are framed by UPSC. So we have to practice this type of questions along with the questions which are framed by the PCS. Here the correct answer is option A. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. The next question is, choose the incorrect statement from the following. Dependence on their host for meeting nutrition requirement is called as parasitic nutrition. Saprophytes depend upon dead organic matter for their nutrition. The total amount of water on the earth is always the same. Plants use carbon dioxide for respiration. Here, D statement is wrong because plants also use oxygen and not carbon dioxide. They use carbon dioxide to prepare their food during photosynthesis. This is correct. This is also correct. And this is also correct. The next question is, biosphere includes Biosphere includes all the three above. Community in an ecosystem refers to, here the correct answer is option B, population of different species. Let's see the statements. Group of organisms usually of the same species refer to the population. Statement C is wrong. Anything that surrounds and affects an organism is known as environment. Community can be major community or a minor community. For example, mat of lichen on a cow dung pad is an example of minor community. Major communities are large and well organized, and they depend on the sun for their energy and are independent of other factors and inputs of the adjacent communities. The next question is, the species that show high impact on a particular ecosystem despite its less population is indicator species. Indicator species are those whose presence, absence, or abundance reflect a specific environmental condition. For example, lichen. Lichen is a very good example of sulfur dioxide pollution. Foundation species are those that have a strong role in structuring a community. They can occupy any trophic level in a food web. Keystone species are those whose addition or deletion from the food web or food chain have a very high impact on the other species. Umbrella species are those which are selected for making conservation related decisions. For example, Project Tiger. It also covers other species also in its protection. The next question is, which of these statements is correct? Here option A is the correct answer. No two species have exact identical niches. The second statement is aquatic systems are also divided into biomes. This is a wrong statement because only the terrestrial part of the earth is divided into large geographical region which is known as biomes. Plants can be autotrophs or heterotrophs. Here again, plants can be only autotrophs. So let's move to the next question. Ecotone refers to, ecotone is a transition zone between two ecosystems. It is a zone of junction between two or more diverse ecosystems. For example, mangrove forest represents an ecotone between marine and terrestrial ecosystem. Here, if we see the options, unique structural and functional role of a species in the ecosystem, this is niche, which I was explaining in the first part of the slide. Niche is the unique structural and functional role of a species in the ecosystem, and no two species have exactly the same niche. Every species has their own niche. The second option is terrestrial part of the biosphere divided into enormous region. This is known as biome. The next question is, consider the following statements. Tropical rainforests have the highest species diversity. Coral reefs are called rainforest of the sea. The primary productivity of monsoon biome is the highest. Here option 3 is wrong because tropical rainforests have the highest primary productivity. So we shall cancel option 3. Let's see option 1. Tropical rainforest has the highest species diversity. This statement is true. Coral reefs are called the rainforest of the sea. This is again true. So this is very important point. Which of the following is known as the rainforest of the sea? This can also come it as like that. So option C will be the right answer here. The next question is, who first used the term ecology? Ecology was first coined by Ernest Hackel. A.G. Tansley has coined the term ecosystem. E.P. Odom is known as the father of modern ecology. Father of modern ecology. Lamarck is associated with the genetic inheritance characteristics. The next question is, green plants in an ecosystem are? They are the manufacturer. And they occupy the first level of the trophic system. The next question is, in desert plants, the root system is well developed and spreads over a large area. The reason is plants have developed their root system to avoid desert storm. Here the correct answer is option C. A is correct and R is false. Why? Because they have long roots in search of water and not to avoid desert storm. Alright, we shall move to the next question. The next question is, energy decreases with each increasing nutritional level, and in the next nutritional level, the organism is able to get only 10% of the energy. This statement is given by Lindemann. He gave the 10% energy transfer rule. See, in a pyramid, if we move from the bottom to the trophic level, upper trophic level, for example, here the energy is 10%, 100%. Here it will be 90% and then 80% like this. The next question is, permafrost is a frozen surface. The frozen surface on the surface of the earth is known as permafrost. Running water, this is lotic system. Lotic. Stagnant water, lentic system. We'll explain this lotic and lentic. I'll give example in the upcoming questions. Point where the river meets the sea. This is estuary. Estuary. The next question is, the death of corals make the marine ecosystem unbalanced. The reason is, in the marine ecosystem, coral is a keystone species. Here option A is the correct. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. The next question is, coral reefs are found in India they are found in all of the above: Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Mannar. The next question is, which of the following always makes a straight pyramid? Straight pyramid means like this. Pyramids can also be inverted. This is also known as straight pyramid or upright pyramid. So it will be pyramid of energy. Pyramid of energy is always upright or straight. In the pyramid of biomass, it can be upright or straight. For example, in biomass, aquatic system is a inverted pyramid. But for most of the ecosystem on land, the biomass pyramid is upright or straight. But for the aquatic system, it is inverted. In case of pyramid of numbers, in grassland ecosystem, the pyramid will always be upright, and also in pond. But in case of forest, because in a forest, if the pyramid is like this, it will be inverted first thing. And why it will be inverted? Because that lower position will be occupied by the producers, then herbivores, then parasites, and then hyperparasites. So you have to remember which pyramids are inverted and which pyramids are upright. You have to go through the videos again and again to remember these things. The next question is, the grazing food chain starts with the green plants. The dead organic matter. The detritus food chain starts with detritus with the dead organic matter, or the dead organic matter is dealt by the detritus food chain. Here the saprophytes are dependent on the dead organic matter. The next question is, you have to consider the following statements. The pyramid of number is always upright. I have explained you can use your knowledge for this. Pyramid of energy is always inverted. Pyramid of biomass can be inverted or upright. Here only third statement is correct. Why? Pyramid of energy is always upright. Pyramid of numbers can be upright and inverted. Pyramid of biomass can be inverted or upright. The next question is, consider the following and find out the correct statement. You have to mark here the correct or incorrect. Sometimes incorrect statements are also asked. Here B is the correct statement. A food web represents only one part. No, a food chain represents. Food web represents multiple flow of energy. Detritus food chain starts with the dead organic matter of decaying animals and plants' body. This is a true statement. Green plants are also known as autotrophs. They are known as autotrophs. Auto means self. By itself, they make their own food. A niche is a zone of junction between two or more diverse ecosystems. This will be ecotone. Zone of junction between two or more diverse ecosystem. Let's see question number 28. Biosphere is also present in which of the following extreme conditions? Here option D is the correct answer. All the statements are wrong. They are not found at the extreme north and south poles or the highest mountain peaks or at the deepest part of the oceans. They are not found in the deepest or highest or in the extreme of any situation. The next question is, you have to match the following. Here the correct answer is option D. Bioaccumulation is increase of concentration of pollutants from the environment to the first level. To the first level, it tends to accumulate. Biomagnification is the tendency to concentrate as they move from one trophic level to another. Biointeraction is the interaction among living organisms due to interlinkages, and mutualism is the relation among organisms in which both species are benefited. The next question is, you have to match the following. This is one of the most and highly asked question from the part of environment. You have to know exactly what commensalism, predation, amensalism, competition, all this stuff are. So here the correct answer is option D. Commensalism is one species is harmed and the other is unaffected. Predation is when both the species are harmed in the interaction. Competition is one species benefit and the other is harmed, and amensalism is one species benefits and the other is unaffected. All right, we shall move to the next question. The final stage of succession is called as climax community. Pioneer community are the first plant to colonize an area. Then again we have a term known as series. Series are the intermediate or the stages that lead to the climax community. Climax community is the final stage. Then we have autogenic succession. Autogenic succession means the succession which is brought in by the living organisms themselves. And allogenic succession means the succession which is brought in by the outside forces. The next question is, animals of the tundra region do not have which of the following physical attributes? Here the correct answer is option C, long legs. This is an attribute of the animal living in the desert. For example, camels. Large body size, for example, if we see a bear, it can live in the tundra region. Then small tail and small ear and body is covered with fur. All these are attributes of the tundra region fauna. The next question is, sal and teak are the dominant species of tropical semi-evergreen forest and tropical moist deciduous forest. So what kind of trees we find in the tropical thorn forest? Acacia, cactus, and in the montane wet temperate forest we can find rhododendron, champa, etc. The next question is, plants in the desert adapt to the hot and dry conditions due to? D is the correct answer. Roots are well developed. I have told you in one of the questions that roots are very deep reaching and they reach very deep part of the earth's interior in search of water. Leaves are absent or reduced inside. For example, a cactus, there is no leaf there, only the body is like this, which can store water, and it has thorns. Leaves and stems are succulent and water storing. See, this body part is succulent and it can store water up to many days. It can survive. The next question is, you have to match the following. The correct answer is option C. Indian Grasslands and Fodder Research Institute is located in Jhansi. Central Arid Zone Research Institute is located in Jodhpur. Central Institute of Veterinary Research is located in Bareilly in Izzatnagar, and Central Rice Research Institute is located in Cuttack. We have something wrong in the statement. It will be 4D and 3C. But the matching is correct here. Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi. Central Arid Zone Research Institute in Jodhpur. Veterinary Research in Bareilly, and Central Rice Research Institute in Cuttack. The next question is, how many types of grasslands are found in the Indian subcontinent based on climatic condition? This is a very favorite part of PCS type of examination. So it will be 6. The next question is, eutrophication can occur due to which of the following reasons? All of these. It can occur due to untreated sewage runoff, growing population, combustion of fossil fuels, runoff of fertilizer. Eutrophication is the enrichment of the water bodies due to various sources, due to which the unwanted plants and algae and growth, and it creates problem for the other living organisms in the water body, and it creates a disbalance for competition of oxygen. The next question is, which of the following are example of wetlands? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Any place which remains submerged in water is known as wetland. As you know that Ramsar Treaty is a very famous treaty for wetlands conservation, and in India we have 37 sites which are registered in the list of Ramsar. And Ramsar, sites which are in the Ramsar list, it indicates that they need protection. They are very important and they need protection. And in terms of highest number of wetlands, we see that Gujarat has the highest number of wetlands, followed by Andhra Pradesh, and then we have UP. The next question is, which of the following are functions of wetlands? Wetlands are very important, and all these 4 are the functions of wetlands. Please study wetlands very importantly. Buffer shorelines against erosion, filtration of sediments and nutrients, groundwater recharging and biodiversity conservation. The next question is, which of the following site is not in the Montreux record in India? Montreux record is maintained by the Ramsar Treaty, and Chilka Lake was added to it, but it was later removed due to its constant effort in improving the condition of Chilka Lake. But now we have Keoladeo National Park and Loktak Lake in the list. We have 2 places in this list. The next question is, which of the following is not a mangrove site? Again, a very important topic to study. Mangrove, wetland, coral reefs are very important to study. So please do not ignore any fact or anything which is related to these topics. These are one of the most favorite sections of UPSC and PCS. The correct answer is Deepor Bill. Deepor Bill is a wetland which is located in Assam. Sundarban, Bhitarkanika. Sundarban is the largest wetland in largest mangrove in India. I'm sorry, it is the largest mangrove in India. The second largest is the Bhitarkanika, second largest. The next question is, you have to match the following terms with the person who coined it. Smogged was coined by Dr. H.A. Dexvieux. Deep ecology, Arnnes. Ecosystem, A.G. Tansley, and niche by Joseph Grinnell. Here the correct answer will be option A. The next question is, which of the following is not an example of low-tick? Now, I have told you what low-tick and lentic is. River is a low-tick. Spring is also a low-tick. Stream is also a low-tick. Pond is a lentic. Lentic means any water body that is stagnant. Pond or lakes and any water body that is moving is also known as low-tick system. The next question is, which of the following helps in the formation of photochemical smog? Here the correct answer is option D. Sunlight is one of the main factors, but we have ozone. Ozone is very important for the formation of photochemical smog. Nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compound, they react and they are released by the vehicles and they react to form ground level ozone. Ground level ozone then reacts with sunlight to form photochemical smog. So it is a kind of secondary pollutant and not a primary pollutant. This was asked in UPPSC 2018 question, that whether the photochemical smog is a primary pollutant or a secondary pollutant. The next question is, you have to choose the incorrect statements from the following. Here the correct answer is option C. Food chain is large and complex while the food web is small. This is a wrong statement because food chain is a very simple, it is simply like this. One species connected to another. For example, the lizard, it eats an insect. Then the lizard is eaten by the snake. So it is a food chain. Food web is a very complex, something like this. A lizard, it consumes insects. Lizard can be consumed by a frog also and a snake also. So that is a food web. Biodiversity increases when going from low latitudes to high latitude. This is a wrong statement because biodiversity decreases when going from low latitudes to high. If we move from the equator towards the pole, the biodiversity will decrease. The next question is, the occurrence of red tide in a water body is due to? It indicates the rapid increase in the number of phytoplanktons, and they are not originally red in color. Generally, they can be red and also brown due to the presence of red and brown colored algae. The next question is, pneumatophores are, they are the transformed root. They are very important part of mangrove. This can also come as pneumatophores is related to which of the following? So it will be mangroves. They are the characteristics of mangroves, and it is pneumatophores helps to overcome respiration problem in the anaerobic soil condition. They are also known as air roots as it rises up from the mud. The next question is, you have to fill the correct sequence of the sequencing. Here it will be nudation followed by migration, then competition, reaction, and then climax. The next question is, ecological efficiency is, very easy question. It is the efficiency with which the energy is transformed from one trophic level to the next. The other statements are vague and wrong, so I am not going to explain. The last question is, in what form nitrogen is absorbed by plants? It is absorbed in the form of nitrate. Nitrogen is not directly absorbed. We know that there are certain bacteria which helps to convert the nitrogen by fixing in the roots of the plants. For example, the rhizobium. So it is not consumed in nitrogen form, but they are taken in the form of nitrate. So that's all for this video. We'll come up with the next lecture in 1 or 2 days. Till then, thank you for listening, and like, share and subscribe.